create today? Good! Let's get started. I am teacher Leonie from ArtinEnglish. So, I want you to find a place, sit down quietly. So 1, look, 2, listen, 3, be quiet. Are you ready? Good. First things first, I want to start off with the elements of art. And they are line, shape, color, baby, color, texture, value, dark to light, and space. And then of course, when you add the elements of art, you can also add the principles of art. Now the principles of art are kind of like the spices or the ingredients we add to make our art look good. That's right. So the first one is balance, emphasis, contrast, movement, 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 rhythm, 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 and pattern, 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 pattern. All right, boys and girls, now today we are going to explore all the things in the ocean. That's right, because it's summer and I feel like I want to take a dip in the ocean and feel nice and cool. We're going to talk about the ocean this week. So, I want to start off with this story. And this is a story that I like to sing to most of my boys and girls. So, it's called A Hole in the Bottom of the Sea. So, are you ready? Good. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea. There's an eel and a shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. He's concealed from the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a squid and an eel and a shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea, who hid from the eel and the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a crab and a squid and an eel and a shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. Close that crab with the squid and the eel and the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea. There's a snail and a crab and a squid and an eel and a shark in the hole on the bottom of the sea. Leaves a trail past the crab and the squid and the eel and the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a weed and a snail and a crab and a squid and an eel and a shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. Grows speed past the snail and the crab and the squid and the eel and the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea. So the sun feeds the weed, the snail feeds the crab, feeds the squid, feeds the eel, feeds the shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. So look out if you go to the hole in the bottom of the sea. Good. Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to make some fish. Let's get started. So let's start. The first thing I want to do is also you need to grab a piece of paper. So we're going to draw basic fish today. Very easy. I'm going to start off with doing this. So now I want to draw a dot here. And I'm going to draw a nice big blob like that. Okay, just a nice big blob. And then you can do another one. Maybe you can do a tiny one. So there. Nice big blob over that side. And maybe you can do another one this side. So go like that. Make some nice drops. These look like drops. And then I want to go through another one and do another one kind of here. Okay, now I want to maybe start off with some colors. So maybe I'm going to use my first paint stick. Okay, so I want to tell you, when you use a paint stick, remember to use only a little bit, not too much. Remember, it's not your mommy's lipstick, so you only need a little bit. So I'm going to start off this one by creating tiny kind of dots. Okay, and this is very nice. Okay, and then I want to use another one here. Kind of do that. Go there, like that. Do more dots. Do more dots. Yep. So I'm going to start with the basic colors. Okay, now remember when you close it, remember that you need to hear the click. Kind of like this. Listen carefully. Shh. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Did you hear that? See? If you hear the click, that means it's closed. Because if you just put it on like that, maybe this part inside will become very, very dry, and then of course it won't work. So what you want to do is you want to hear the click. Listen again. That's right. So now I'm going to take different kinds of colors. And just kind of do different shapes for my fish. Okay. So I'm done here. Now maybe I want to create an eye for my fish. So I'm going to go back, create a tiny dot, and then another one. Okay. So now I want to move on to my small fish. So maybe I want to do like some rainbow stuff. And of course with the paint sticks you can get many different colors, many different kinds, even some shiny kinds. So here I want to do this kind of thing, like that, see? So don't forget to leave a space for your fish eye, like that. So maybe I want to do another one, and I'm going to do it this side. So I'm going to go here, This is a nice gold color. And do another fish eye. Okay, then I want to go up here. So I'm going to take a color here. And you can use kind of like rainbow colors. Just kind of do different colors. Wow, that looks kind of like poo-poo. There. Okay, never mind. And another one here. Okay, so maybe I want to create more fish. So I'm going to do this here. So again, you start with a dot here, and you go all the way up like a rainbow, and then you go down like that. Okay, and now you can add different lines. So I want to kind of do this. Make it look kind of different for your fish. And then go here, like that. Okay, so I got about 4 fish. Maybe I want to make another tiny little fish. So what I'm going to do is over here, start with the dot. Now that's a super tiny fish. So for your tiny fish, you can, of course, add one color. So like that. Okay. And you got fish everywhere. rainbow fish. Maybe you want to do another one. Start with a dot and then draw like that. Don't forget to give your fish some eyes. So there we go. Maybe you want to go this side. And then you're going to go here. And you can kind of do this, like a dot. And then go up, like that, like a drop. Maybe give this one a light color. So again, okay, now when you have a little bit left, you only need to roll up a little bit. Remember, it's not your mommy's lipstick, so you can kind of do that. Okay. Okay, and so there you have some of your fish. Maybe you want to add fins, or maybe you want to add tails, or maybe you want to just leave it just like this. So, in the next part, I'm going to show you how you can mix the paint sticks with water. Okay, so in the next part, I want you to get a piece of paper, so you can test this first, and a brush, nice thick brush like this, and some water. Okay, so we're going to test it first. I'm going to move this aside here, and then I'm going to do the next part. So now I want you to take a piece of paper, another one, any kind you have, water and a paintbrush. And we're going to test our paint stick just to show you an example here. So I'm going to choose a color here, like that, and then I'm going to paint another color, like this one here, like this. Okay, make sure that you roll out enough, just a tiny bit. When you do roll it out, oh dear, this one's stuck. Here we go, like that. Okay, now to show you, you're going to dip your paintbrush into here, and you will see it becomes water. Now my paintbrush today is a little bit hard. Please do not torture your paintbrush. So there we go, and then you have instant paint. See? Wow, look at that. It mixes, and you can spread it across your paper. So you don't need to buy paint. You can just buy one of these and add water to it. It's not so messy either. It's very nice. Okay, so I often like to use this in my class, especially when I'm doing art on a cart or using a trolley. It's easy and it's versatile to carry. Okay, so now we want to paint. Now that we've tested this, I'm going to go take this paper here. So now that you've got your fish, okay, you're going to take, well, your fish like to swim in the ocean, right? So of course now you can use rainbow colors. Now again, if you don't have paint sticks, you can just use pastels. And with that method, you can use baby oil or cooking oil, and you can use an earbud. So I'm going to do just this. Go over it a little bit. Okay. And I want to change it to cool colors because I kind of want my fish to look kind of cool. So I'm going to kind of do this. Okay. And these are very versatile to carry. Very easy. Then I'm going to use kind of this one. Okay, now if you don't have space, you can always turn your paper around like this. And you can always cut it aside. So I'm not going to do too much. Okay, so let's test this. So now I'm going to dip, dip, dip. Dip, dip, dip. Mix, mix, mix. And you keep rubbing your brush like that. And you will see it kind of mixes. So there you go. And you have an instant color. And look at that, it's kind of like paint, watercolor. Okay, now be sure that when you paint on one space that you don't go back to it. If there's already got color, then make sure that you don't need to go back to this part because you've already painted there. If you put too much water, then the paper will move up. So now this side, okay, I'm going to turn to here. So you can always turn your paper. So dip, dip, dip. Mix, mix, mix. And we're going to kind of do this. Mix here. And I'm going to turn it around and do this with my fish. Okay, and then to continue, we're going to take this color here. Okay, so maybe I want to add more color to this side. So and that's your fish. So of course, if you have too much water on each area, you can take some tissue and you can kind of roll it into like a ball and do that. Just kind of dab it. Dab, 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 dab. And there you have your fish. Ta-da!